Chapter 26. Momentum. Marcus woke up in his dorm room feeling more energetic and optimistic than he had in weeks. The success in Valdris had given him a confidence boost that seemed to carry over into his real-world responsibilities. Today marked the beginning of his first batch of midterm exams, and for the first time all semester, he actually felt prepared.
Morning sunshine. Ready for the chemistry midterm?
Oh, you know what? I actually think I am. The lab work has been helping me understand the concepts better.
Dude, you seem different lately, like actually optimistic instead of that weird stressed-out zombie thing you had going on.
Just getting my priorities straight. I think I've figured out how to balance everything.
The chemistry midterm went better than Marcus had dared to hope. The concepts that had seemed abstract and disconnected when he was struggling with dual-world stress now felt manageable and logical. His hands-on experience with soap chemistry, even though he couldn't mention it, directly had given him an intuitive understanding of chemical processes that translated well to the exam questions. When he emerged from the testing center, Marcus felt genuinely confident about his performance. Not just, I hope I passed confident, but I actually understood most of that confident.
Out of glow.
Really well, actually. I think I might have actually aced it.
Seriously? That's awesome. What changed?
I guess I finally started connecting the theoretical concepts to practical applications. It makes more sense when you can see how it works in real situations.
That evening, after Tyler finished his streaming session, the three roommates found themselves sitting around their small common area, sharing takeout, Chinese food, and talking about the future in a way they hadn't since the beginning of the semester.
So if you're actually going to pass your classes, what's the plan? Still pre-med?
Starting to think maybe I've been approaching it wrong. I was so focused on whether I could handle medical school that I forgot to think about whether I actually want to be a doctor.
And do you want to be a doctor, I mean?
I think I want to help people, but maybe not necessarily through traditional medicine. There are other ways to improve people's health and quality of life.
Like what? Public health stuff? Or like medical devices and technology?
Maybe something entrepreneurial, finding ways to solve problems that affect lots of people, not just treating individuals after they're already sick.
That's actually really cool, like preventive approaches instead of reactive ones.
Exactly. There are so many problems that could be solved with the right approach, the right innovations. Sometimes it's not about having advanced technology. It's about applying existing knowledge in new ways.
That sounds like it could make for really interesting content, actually. Documenting innovative solutions to everyday problems. There's definitely an audience for that kind of thing.
I'm not trying to be famous, but I do think there's something satisfying about identifying a problem and then actually solving it, you know?
So what's the plan for next semester? If you're thinking about alternatives to traditional pre-med,
I think I want to keep the science foundation, chemistry, biology, maybe some engineering courses, but I also want to learn about business economics, how to actually implement solutions rather than just understanding the theory.
that sounds like a solid plan. And honestly, you seem way more excited talking about this than you ever did about medical school.
Yeah, you get this look in your eyes when you talk about solving problems. It's like how I get when I'm optimizing a really complex strategy.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the support.
Now you just got to actually pass the rest of your midterms.
Marcus spent the rest of the evening studying for his remaining exams, but this time the work felt purposeful rather than drudgery. He was building knowledge and skills that he could actually use in both worlds to make a real difference in people's lives. As he reviewed his biology notes, Marcus found himself thinking about nutrition and public health applications. Chemistry concepts reminded him of potential innovations in soap making and sanitation. Even his literature course, which he'd been dreading, seemed relevant when he considered how communication and persuasion skills would be essential for implementing any kind of social change. But as he studied, a growing realization weighed on his mind. The conversation with his roommates about his future had clarified something important. He was moving away from the path his parents had envisioned for him. The traditional pre-med track no longer felt right, and after winter break he would need to have a serious conversation with his family about changing his major and career goals. The thought made his stomach tighten with anxiety. His parents had sacrificed so much for his education, had pinned their hopes on his success in medicine. How could he explain that he wanted to pursue something they might see as less prestigious, less secure? How could he make them understand that his passion lay in entrepreneurial problem-solving rather than traditional medical practice? For the first time since starting college, Marcus felt like he was building toward something meaningful rather than just checking boxes on a predetermined path. The future was still uncertain, but it felt full of possibilities rather than limitations. He just hoped his parents would see it the same way. He fell asleep that night surrounded by textbooks and notes, but instead of feeling overwhelmed, he felt energized by the prospect of tomorrow's challenges, and apprehensive about the difficult conversation that awaited him during winter break.